How, Craig, closely are you watching this? And it keeps changing. The goalposts keep changing, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's very important because clearly it can have a cascading effect. If you have a kind of tit-for-tat policy that comes through, then I think the damage to global growth, via whether it's US or China or, foreign value added through China because US is targeting China, these will all be affected. So this is a hot topic we need to continue to focus on.
Exactly. And what is the end goal? That's the ultimate thing as well that people want to know, and that seems a bit ephemeral right now.
It's really difficult to conclude this, but I would say that it does feel that the US administration does want to get a better deal, as they say it. They want to try and reduce the bilateral trade position in terms of the imbalances, but the way they're going about it, it feels like there's a kind of very forceful policy that's come out from the US administration. The question is whether, this policy stance that Trump is taking is going to be so forceful that actually results in a backfiring, results in actual trade war coming through. And I think is exactly what Tom mentioned just now. It looks like there's a red line now, and post 15th of June, if there is an implementation of tariffs from the Trump administration, China will react.
It is also a difficult one to quantify, because you look at the trade numbers and you go, wow, that really is in favor of the Chinese. But if you delve deeper, you're looking at, let's take an example of an iPhone, and how much of the value added is actually created in China, how much of it is actually in the US? Because by simply importing them back in the US is really, at the end of the day, it's apples and pears, isn't it? Because you've also got the software in there. A lot of the stuff has been made, which is assembled in China. And the value added is only something like 20%.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's a very valid point. And that's an exact problem that we're facing right now. In other words, how do we resolve this trade imbalance? And one thing that China has mentioned, and which, of course, the US is very sensitive to, is the need for allowing us to import more high technology from the US. And that is exactly one big problem. So trying to resolve this, I think there is things that can be done. There can be importation of commodities, as mentioned. There can be an increase in imports of things like autos and aircraft and other items as well. But does it really solve the kind of longer-term structural problem? It's a big question. I think there needs to be a lot of opening up from both sides.